Welcome to YesCart Pure E-commerce workshop. My name is Dennis and today we'll be focusing on an end-to-end setup of a basic e-commerce store. This workshop is effectively a crash course in administration of your YesCart server, and the goal is to get from a blank installation and basically end up with a fully functional e-commerce store with few products in it. If we navigate to localhost 8080 Yes Shop, we can see that we have a blank default Shop 10 installation which we are using for our demo store purposes. And what we are going to do is we're going to explore how this is set up and try to configure it to have a proper real e-commerce store setup. So there are several components here which belong to the demo installation. So firstly, what we want to do is we want to go to YUM, YesCart Update Manager, and go to Stores and explore a little bit what sort of settings we have. Now, firstly, we can see that there's a theme location is YC Demo. What we want to do is remove that because we want to use the default theme. We want to save this, and also we want to set up a proper URL, not the ones that specified here, but we want an actual true URL. I'm gonna leave localhost for now, just for testing purposes, but I also want to add textiles.com, which is the URL this shop will be available at. Because this is not a real domain and we are using local machine, what I need to do is go to my hosts file and set up this domain name to point to localhost, so 127.0.0.1, which is textiles.com. And when I save this, I want to test that we really will be looking at our local machine if we do calls to this domain. So ping textiles.com. Yes, it's pointing to our local machine. Okay, so let's see what happens when we've done that. So to reiterate, we've put the default configuration for theme and we've specified the textiles.com as the URL at which this store will be available. Now what we need to do is go to Systems Cache Monitoring and clear all cache that was previously there. Now, if we go back to our localhost 8080, we can see that there's nothing there. So everything is gone now, everything looks blank. This is how it's supposed to be, so don't worry about this. And we also, if we go to textiles.com, we also see the same store. So our URLs are resolving and we activated blank theme, which basically removed everything from our store. Now it's really easy blank canvas. The first thing is that we need to specify what sort of currency we're going to be operating in. Now, depending on what sort of currency you select, on your storefront you will or will not see the selector for your currency. So if we, for example, will operate only in euros, we can remove other currencies and go to cache monitoring and clear cache again. Now, if we refresh this, you can see that the currency selector is gone now because this store only operates in one currency. If we go back and add another currency, and again go to System, Cache Monitoring, Clear Cache again, go back to the store and refresh, we can see that we have a choice of two different currencies. For this workshop, I want to keep things as simple as possible, so we're gonna only leave euro as our currency. The next setting is language. So the list of available languages is actually dependent on the theme available on your storefront. So at the moment, out of the box, we are supporting 3 different languages: English, Ukrainian, and Russian. For this demo, I want to keep things very simple, so we're only gonna activate the English language. And if we go to System, Cache, Clear Cache, go back to the store and refresh, you can see that we no longer have the language selection, and the currency selection is no longer available, because this store operates only in euros and it's only in English language. Once we have these basic settings, we can move on to something more interesting. So if we go back to stores, the next tab is catalog. In this section, you are able to assign top-level categories for your store which contain products, so basically your catalog categories. There are 2 ways of doing this. You can either use the Add button here to create a category, top-level category, and assign it to shop straight away, or you're able to choose some categories available from this list. The choice, however, depends on the access privileges that you have. So you might not see some categories which do not belong to this store. Alternative way would be to go into Product Information Management and Master Catalog categories and add categories from here. Then come back to Store and just assign them from the available list. So let's explore both of these options. So I'm just gonna add a new category, and we're gonna call it fabrics. Create. And as you can see, it becomes assigned to this shop straight away. Now, the second way to do this is if we go to Product Information Management, Categories, select Root, and Add, and Carpets. Let's say we want to add a new category called Carpets, and save. Now, as you can see, I cannot see the fabrics category here because I've opened this window before I added it into the shop, so it's kind of hidden, so to speak. So if I do a refresh, we actually get a refreshed view of this list. Now, if we go back to stores, we should and just re-click, so we just move from tab to tab to refresh this window. We see that carpets is now available for assignment. So if we just select them and assign to our shop, we now have 2 top level categories. If we go to cache monitoring, clear cache, and go to our shop and refresh, now we can see that both of our categories are now visible. But it kind of is very simplistic view. What if we have subcategories? How can we do that? So for this, we go to Product Information Management, Categories, click on Fabrics, and add a subcategory. Say it's a curtain fabric category, curtains. We save, and we select fabrics again and add another subcategory, say furniture fabrics, and create another category. Because we've assigned fabrics to the to our store 10, everything that all the category hierarchy that appears under it will automatically be available for shop. So if we go to cache monitoring, clear cache, and refresh this page, nothing changed. But if we navigate to fabrics, we can see that we have two subcategories available here. So we at the moment are in fabrics, and we have furniture and curtains subcategories. That we have basic category structure set up, let's make things a little bit nicer. For example, if we look at this URL, we are in category 1, but we are actually in the fabrics category. So let's look at some SEO features, and let's try to make it look a bit nicer. So if we go to stores, and if we go to summary tab, we have window title, textiles, store. We want to put some meta keywords, say textiles, fabrics, etc. And meta description: this is the most awesome site where you can buy fabrics of all kinds. So what we've done here is we've set up some SEO properties for the store. As you can see, I've only specified the default no language values, but it is possible to say something like this: textiles LLC, and also, for example, Russian So there's no limit on how many different translations for these values you have. You can use these localized components to add more translations to your values wherever you encounter them. Now let's save this and have a look how that affects our site. So we go to cache monitoring, clear cache, and refresh our store. As you can see, the title of the window had changed, and if we inspect element and now navigate to the head section, we can see that in our description we have our description, and in keywords we have our keywords that we've specified before in Yum. However, that's nice that we can specify title window for the store, but we're in the fabrics, so let's see how we can do the same but for the actual category. So if we go to category, fabrics, SEO, firstly we want to access this through a SEO friendly URL, so we'll just call it fabrics. Fabrics category. Again, you can see the localized components here, so everything can be translated if you have more than one language. Curtains, furniture. And if we add meta description, this is fabrics category of our textile shop. And if we save this, if we go to System, Cache Monitoring, Clear Cache, and refresh, actually not refresh, we'll just navigate here. So as you can see, the SEO friendly URL is now activated. We can see that the title is changed to fabrics category, and we can also see that in our meta tags we have a different keywords and different description. So this makes our user experience a lot nicer and makes indexing of our websites a lot better for searching purposes in search engines such as Google, for example. Now that we have at least some structure to our store, we can start creating menus. And default theme really allows you a very easy way to do this by supplying what is called content includes. Basically, they are like placeholders where certain content is rendered. Default theme in YesCard defines several such content includes. Top navigation content includes, logo, then footer navigation, copyright block. And now we're gonna add content objects for these so that we can further customize our store. If we go to Shop Manager application, content section, and click on YesCard Shop 10 content, we can see there's already some content here. So let's pause here and have a look at what is actually is here. One of these sections is header search include, and if we go to the English version, that specifies the contact form for the search component, which is this one here. So if we just modify this part and put a different link in here, and specify different text so it's better visible that it's had changed, save, go to cache monitoring, clear cache, and refresh. We can see that this had changed, and we can now navigate to content contacts. But because we haven't added this content page yet, we just get a blank page. So let's go ahead to the content and let's add, let's make it nice. So let's add a page content placeholder. We'll put includes as the template variation, and then in pages we're gonna add content page. We'll specify template as simple content. Sorry, not content, contact us. and we're gonna go to SEO section and put contacts here as the URL. We save this. We will go to content and put into English version of the body. This is our details page. Okay, we go to system, clear cache, and we're just gonna refresh this page. And nothing happens because I probably misspelled the SEO. Yes, it says contact, and we want contacts because that's how we specified it in the link. And then go to SEO, cache monitoring, clear cache, and refresh. And now we have our page, we have our breadcrumbs, we have our navigation menu. So all looks good. Let's recap at what we did. So basically we modified a link for our header search include to this. So content page which has URI contacts, and then we've created a contact us content which has the same URI as we specified, and we've specified template as content. So basically we're gonna render whatever body this content has associated with it, and it can be accessed via this SEO. Another tricky thing was that I've placed this into pages category, which has template variation includes. This is a little trick to basically separate contacts page from the rest of the hierarchy, because includes are invisible from public access in store. So if I change this to content and save, and then do cache clear, and then reload this page, you can see now that this page content appears in breadcrumbs, and we can actually navigate to it, and there's a contact us category in there. Now we don't want that. We don't want that. So in order to break this link in breadcrumbs, we're just gonna say that the page is an include which is invisible from public access. Clear cache. And this way we have only contact us, and it appears straight under our homepage link. If we go to the content and add some additional content pages, another info. So if I'm adding something underneath contact us page and specifying content as the template and putting we'll put in something into body, and we'll go to system, cache, and clear cache, and refresh this page. We can see that now we have a subcategory here, and if we navigate to this, we have full breadcrumbs, so contact us and other info. By default, this component, if there are no subcategories or subcontent, will display the current submenu of the parent object. So what that means is basically if I go to contact us and I add another info to content template, and if I go to page and add shipping info here, for example, and add content here, it will be better visible so as to what exactly I mean by this. So if we clear cache, I'm just gonna have this hierarchy open here and gonna switch between browser tabs so we have a better look at this. So if we go to contacts, we are seeing subcategories of contact us because we have them. If we navigate into subcategory, because this subcategory is leaf and there's no subcategories underneath it, the menu renders actually the contact us subcategories and highlights the currently selected one. So if we go to contact us, we're seeing subcategories. And if we go down to the leaf category, we have it selected here. If we go back here and say we set the available to date to yesterday to hide this content from the site, and then do clearing of the cache, that would mean that these two sub-content objects are no longer visible because their availability date has passed. So now if I refresh this page, we are actually seeing contact us as in submenu highlighted because there are no sub-contents in this visible in this content anymore. Hopefully that makes it a bit clearer. So if we go to home, we have the catalog categories navigation here. So these would contain our products, and from here we now have access to our microsite with our content here. But this kind of looks awkward. I mean, we want to have this menu in our top navigation, so it makes it nicer to see all the different sections of our site. So if we go to Shop Manager and we create let me see, and we create another content include, which and this is an include, so template variation is include, and we save this, and in SEO we put shop 10 underscore header underscore nav underscore include. Now this is by convention, this is what the default theme will look for. So the shop code, which is equal to this shop code here in brackets, which comes from this field here, and then this this other suffix on the end. So if we save this and if we go to content body, and I'm just gonna paste this snippet here, which I prepared earlier, and we save, we go to cache monitoring, clear cache, and refresh, and now we have top menu here. So we have contact us, content, oh right, I made the same misspelling here, as well. So if we just change the link to shop content and then contacts, and then we put shop tag sale here and save, and we do clear cache and refresh, and now we will be able to go to our microsite from our content. And as you can see, you can put simple string messages here, and also we can view tags as well here, but because we have no products, there's nothing to show here on sale. Let's add some other let's add footer and copyright information as well. So if we go to content and we add another content here, footer nav include. So if we add this, no, I don't want to do that. Delete. Yes. Okay. Right. So if we select shop 10 contact and add this content right underneath it, and we specify include to prevent public access to this content, and we save, and we put again same shop 10 underscore and the same name footer nav include, and we save this, and in content I'm just gonna paste this snippet here. So basically it's just an basic HTML which has few links here and specifies the names of those links. Basically what this should do is it should create 3 columns in the footer with some links in each column. And if we go to cache monitoring, clear cache, and go to and refresh our page, you can see that now we have 3 columns with some links in there. The last touch is copyright information, and we can do that by going to content and adding yet another include, which is called footer copy include. Specify template as include, and in URI shop 10 underscore footer copy include, save. In content we're gonna just what do I have in my templates? Basically this is just a div with some styling to make it stretch, and also some provides a link to the home page and specifies the copyright information here for our store. And if we clear cache and go to textiles, and we have textile LLC copyright 2014, so we have copyright information, we have footer nav fully customized, we have our menu at the top, we have our microsites that we can access and see different content pages, and we also can navigate to our catalog categories, and hopefully we'll browse products when we will add them. The last touch is setting a logo. In order to set up an image, we need to navigate to Yum stores, and then in the attributes section you will see a shop image 0. If you don't see attribute like that, you can easily go to system attributes shop and create a new attribute with this code shop underscore image 0. And once we click on editor button, we're able to load a new image. And we're gonna select textiles logo that I prepared earlier on. So this is loaded, it's all fine. We just click save, and the image is now saved. You can see an ID being assigned to this attribute. Now if we go to cache monitoring, clear cache, and refresh the page, we can see our logo on our web store. There is one thing I forgot, is that if we go to the home page, we still have this blank empty space in the middle, and there's and if we go to yum content and add another content which is called homepage include, and again we're gonna put shop 10 underscore and the same homepage underscore content include into URI. We save this, and in the content I'm gonna paste a snippet, but it will look a little bit special. As you can see in this snippet, there's HTML code, but there's also these things, $, and then there's some text inside. These are variables. So content include for the home page is actually dynamic include, and basically what that means is that there are some variables like shop and shopping cart available to you. So what this will do, it will print welcome to and the title of our store, which is Textiles LLC, and then if the shopping cart items is empty, then we're going to print a message your cart is empty, and if not, we're going to print a message there are some items in your cart, be quick before the stock runs out. So if we'll save this and we're gonna clear cache, go back to the home page and reload, we can see our welcome to textile store, and we also see your cart is empty, which is indeed the case because we can see from the mini cart that it is empty. Later on, when we will add products, we will revisit this home page and see how this text will change. There are two more content includes which are hidden from this page, but are present on every page in your store, and they are quite important. If we go back to yum content section, you will see that out of the box there are two content includes, which are called header include and footer include. These are somewhat special because they are hidden from the page, and they are used for like a utility include. So for example, if you want to add Google Analytics, then in header section you are able to specify meta tag for Google verification, and in the footer you are able to add some JavaScript to track the analytics. And if we go back to our home page and inspect its elements, we can see that we have our meta tag as the last thing in our head section of the HTML, and towards the bottom we have our footer block, and in there we have our Google Analytics JavaScript. These two includes are included on every page of the store. So any page you move to, every template has these two hidden includes. So if you're doing something like Google Analytics, then these are the two includes where you should put your Google code. So we now have top-level navigation, we have category navigation, we have footer links, we have copyright information. Basically, we've fully customized our store. Now all we need is actually add some products. If we navigate to Yum and then product information management, product section, if we click create button, we can see that there are some mandatory parameters. We've got categories, we have choice availabilities for the product, we have two default types, so which are called default accessory and default product, but we probably want to add our own type. And we don't have any brands, so before proceeding with creating a product, we need to create brands and create product types. So we go to brands and add a home store brand, textile LLC, and if we go to system, product types, and create a type called fabric. It is a shippable type, and we save. Fabric. Okay, so if we go back to product information management, you can see that these are still not updated. So what we need to do is from the advanced menu, we need to refresh the selectors so that new values that we've just added appear. And we click create and we say fab 001, which will be our product code. It's a fabric 001. It's home brand, and its of product type is fabric, and the availability is standard. Now, availability is very important. If it's standard, it means you have to have stock in order to purchase it. If it's on pre-order, you don't have to have stock, and if it's on back order, you don't have to have stock, but it will only be dispatched when stock comes in. So you definitely have to have inventory for these three to finalize any order. Availability always means that this product does not need stock. So it's something like digital products, for example, or downloadable files, that sort of thing. But fabrics is a standard product that needs inventory, so that's the availability we're going to select, and we're going to click and put it into curtains fabrics category, so not straight into fabrics but into subcategory curtains. So if we create a product, we can see it's appearing here. Now there are several interesting parameters here. Let's say this is our featured fabric. We want to give it some special attention. We also want to say that we don't want anyone buy less than 10 meters of it, but because we are only able to dispatch say up to 30 meters per customer. We're gonna have maximum quantity of 30 meters. And say the step quantity can be no less than 5 meters, so they can order 10, 15, 20, 25 or 30 maximum. So if we save this, and if we go to images and we will select a nice image, so we're gonna load this image for our fabric. Oops, and save it. So now it is saved. We can see that a SKU had been created automatically with the same SKU code. It is, however, possible to add more SKUs. So say this was just only a red version of this fabric, but we also have, say, blue, green, and so on. Then all we need to do is create a new SKU code. So each SKU will have its own SKU code, modify name and so on, and a new SKU will appear in this list, and then we can specify a specific image for this SKU, and also add specific SKU attributes such as color if we do have multi-SKU products. But at the moment we're gonna stick with a simple single SKU products. Let's create another fabric 002 fabric 2 home brand. It's a fabric, it's a standard availability, and this one is in Brute Fabrics category. Create fabrics 2, and if we go to summary, we don't want to make it featured. Minimum quantity is 5 and step quantity is 1 meter, but no maximum. And this is gonna be on sale, so we're gonna place a sale tag on it. If we go to images and we're gonna load a nice image for this fabric, so let's say this one, save. Okay, so now if we clear this out and do a search, select all fabrics, we have 2 fabrics in our catalog. However, we will not be able to see those products on the site. Even if we go to cache monitoring and clear cache and refresh the page, we're still not able to see any products, so we only see thumbnails for our subcategories. And the reason for that, there are actually several reasons for that. Firstly, because we specified standard availability, these products must have inventory. We also haven't specified prices for these products, and finally we have not done full text reindex. Full text reindex is crucial for the products to appear on your storefront, since all products are accessed only through full text search index. So let's do that. Let's sort out the inventory first. So if we go to stores, yes, shop, and we go to warehouses. At the moment we already have a main warehouse assigned, but I wanted to show you how to create a new warehouse just in case you need to create one. So if we create, you can see it requires country and state, which we do not have at the moment. So if we close this and go to the shipping and locations and add a location, so GB, sorry, I don't remember what the code name, but United Kingdom. Okay, and if we create, and then for United Kingdom we can add some states, say GB Cambridge, Cambridgeshire, say, create. Now if we go to stores and we go to the warehouses, create, we are able to select United Kingdom, Cambridgeshire as our location of our warehouse, and we're gonna put textiles as code and textiles as the name of the warehouse, and we can create. It automatically gets assigned. We do not want two warehouses for one shop, so it's best to keep just one warehouse per your store. Okay, once we've done this, we can go to Products and Information Management and go to Products and search for fabrics, and on the inventory tab we can select textiles warehouse and add some quantity, say 100 meters. Okay, and it's immediately visible here. And for fabric 2 we want to also add 50 meters here. Save. Okay, that's fine. Now the last thing is that we want to add price. We specify quantity tier. So for quantity 1 our list price is $29.99, and there's no sale price. And for quantity over 15 our list price is $29.99, but sale price will be $24.99. Say save. And then fabric 1 we add price. So for quantity 1 we have $49.99. Save. All prices are specified for shop, for currency. So these ones that I've specified just now, these are specific to our shop and specifically to euro prices, as we don't have any other ones in our store. So we select system, we clear cache, and now we are ready to re-index products. So we select our shop and start, and the re-indexing process had started. Hopefully when the indexing is done we will see some products. So 2 products indexed and Two SKUs should be indexed anytime now. Excellent. Yes, we want to evict cache. And let's see what we have in our fabrics. And as you can see, we have only fabrics 2, but not first fabric, because if we go to products and look into categories, this one is actually is in curtains, and curtains is actually further down. So in order to have compound search, so basically when we are in fabrics, we want to also see what's in the subcategories. What we need to do is go to stores and then attributes, and then we want search include subcategories, and we want to tick this box here, and then we want to clear cache and refresh, and now we see 2 products. However, we do not see price, and this is because when we started our workshop, we started off, we initially loaded the demo store with dollars currency, and then we removed it, so our cart still remembers this. So this is a slight twitch, but this can happen if you're adding and removing currencies. Remember that the current session cart is still remembers the currency that was selected when the page loaded. So in order to fix this, we can go to resources, cookies, and just remove YC cookie and refresh the page. And now we are able to see prices. So remember that for fabric 2 we had 2 prices, $29.99, and also for multi-buy, when we buy 15 or more, we have special $24.99 price, and we can see this in the multi-buy section. However, there's no option for the user to specify quantity, so add to cart button will work using default behavior and just keep on incrementing the items in cart by step quantity. So if we just click add to cart, we're effectively adding the minimum quantity that we can, 5 items, but it would be nice for the customers to have ability to specify the whole 15 items to get the special price. In order to do that, we can go to Yum, stores, attributes, and then we have cart enable quantity picker. And if we do that and we go to cache clear and then refresh this, then the user has ability to actually select the amount they want, and also they have little pop-up with the message of how many products are in the cart already, what's the stepping, so stepping is how much will be added or removed if you click on plus or minus, and they're also able to specify the number that they want in the box. So add, and you get 21 items. So if we go here, we see that our discounted price had taken effect because we're over 15 items now. So if we go to fabrics so if we go back to the fabric section, this page still looks a bit lonely, and it would be nice for us to have faceted search here. So in order to do that, we need to navigate to the product and information management categories and select fabrics category. Filtered navigation is specified by clicking these boxes. So by attributes, which will be looked up from the product type, by brands, and by price. And we can specify that all products in this category and all the subcategories are of type fabric. When using by attributes navigation, this is the product type which will be used to resolve which attributes can be used in filtered navigation. So if we go to cache monitoring and clear cache and have a look at how our category looks now. So as we can see, we have now facet for brand with textiles, 2 items in it, but no price navigation. Why is that? Well, because price comes from price tier, so we need to specify the actual price tiers that we are going to be using. So in this shop we are using euros, and we want to go price from 1 to 10, and then 10 to 19, 19 to 29. Yeah, we'll just have the defaults which jump from in ranges of 10, and we will save this. So once we configure this, we need to save the category and go to cache monitoring, clear cache, and we can refresh. And now we can see that we have one product in range from 19 to 29 and one product in range from 49 to 59. So if we click, we can see that we have filtered out one and the other products easily. But we still have no attribute navigation. This is because in our category we are looking at the fabrics type. So which attributes does fabric product type actually define? And if we go to fabric, we can see that there are no attributes defined here. So we'll go and try and create one. These are not particularly good. So what we will do is we're gonna create a new attribute for products. So we're gonna create attribute, and we are going to name it width of fabric. Sorry, name width of fabric, and the code is width. And the type will be string. I'm gonna create this attribute, and we also going to let's create another attribute called color. And it's also going to be a string. Create. So we've added these two new attributes. Now we go to product types, fabric and then create new one, and we don't see the newly added one. So what we need to do now is cancel this and refresh. We select fabric again, and now we are able to see color. So we're gonna add color. It will be visible on the product details page, and it is used in navigation, and it's gonna be a single value navigation, meaning that we're gonna have the count of products that have particular value, and navigation rank is 0, and save. And we're gonna add another, which is width of fabric. It's also visible, it's part of navigation, and it is a single value navigation with a rank 1. Save. Yeah, so now it's all good. We're gonna clear cache. Now obviously, because we've added these new attributes, there are no values for them in products, so we need to go back to PIM products and then add values for these attributes to our fabric. So our fabric 1, if we go to attributes, we already have these ones available here. So width will be, say, 100 centimeters. Save. And color is red. And we're gonna also add localization for it. So red, this will be the value, and we will put a nice fire red, a nice name for the color to be displayed. And if we go to fabric 2, we also gonna put red, fire red, because we've added red pictures to both of them, but the width will be 120 centimeters. Now, since we've added new attributes, we need to re-index our products again. So we're gonna just re-index products for our store, and hopefully when the indexing is finished, we will see something interesting in our fabrics category. So it's finished, and we want to go back and we want to refresh this page. And now we have color, fire red, 2 products, and we have width of fabric with 100 centimeters and 120 centimeters in our filtered navigation. Say we want to have ranges of width, not just singular values. Say we have many different ones which vary very slightly, say 101, 105, and we want to put ranges from 100 to 150, from 150 to 100 to 200, and so on, to reduce the frequency of the products and make it nicer and easier to understand for our customers. So we'll go to Yum, and we'll go to product types and width, and we're gonna edit it. and we're gonna change this from single value navigation to range navigation, and we're gonna change from 50 to 100, from and then add range from 100 to 150, from 150 to 200. To value is exclusive and from value is inclusive, so effectively 100 will not be part of this bucket but will be part of the next bucket from 100 to 150. Now we also able to add localized properties for this range. So obviously these are the values, but we want to make it look nice, so we can say localized up to 100 centimeters, and then this one would be 100 centimeters to 150, and this one will be over 150 centimeters. Save and save. Now let's tweak our values a little. So say so since we are using ranges, we need to modify slightly our width. So it is advisable to have only numeric values, and then for the display value we could add 120 centimeters, but actual value we keep as numeric because it's a range. And then for fabric 1 we do the same thing. We have the actual value as 100, but the displayable value could contain the units, so 100 centimeters. Okay, let's do a reindexing again and see what will happen to our attribute navigation for width. SKUs are indexed, we clear cache and we refresh, and now we can see that we only have one bucket from 100 centimeters to 150. At this stage we fully configured our products with prices, inventory, pictures, and we've defined all kinds of navigation that is available in YesCart. There are a few more features on the category page. So in new arrivals we only see fabric 2 since it's the only category which is directly assigned to the fabrics category. But if we navigate to curtains, where the fabric 1 is was assigned to, you will see that this fabric also appears in the featured products bar, because we have specified it as a featured product in our PIM section in YUM. So if we look into summary, the featured checkbox is selected here. However, you will notice that once we've gone down to the curtains subcategory, all the attribute navigation has gone. This is because although the attributes navigation was defined for the fabrics, it is not defined for curtains. So if such features are needed on that category page, then all these configurations will need to be enabled for this category as well. Although it seems like a limitation, it kind of makes sense, because as you drill down into subcategories, you want to refine your attribute navigation. So for overall fabrics, it may be just width and color, but for curtains type of fabrics, it could be additional features such as blackout and density of pattern and other things as well. So in this instance, it's very useful to have this setting on per category basis. Let's carry on with the checkout process and see what other configurations do we need to complete the checkout. So if we go back to the site, one thing, we'll take it a little detour. Now that we have added items to the cart, let's see what our homepage looks like. And we have the message, there are some items in your cart, be quick before stock runs out. So everything works. So let's go to the basket page, and let's proceed with the checkout. Okay, so we are presented with the login screen or customer registration. So let's register. I'm gonna use a fake phone number just for this demo. And the next step is creating your address. Now, the address requires country selection and state selection, so we don't have this. So how can we configure these parameters? So if we go to Yum section into shipping and browse the locations, but we do have United Kingdom locations, so why can't we select at least United Kingdom from that list when we create address? The reason for that is that each store has a setting for applicable shipping and billing addresses. So we're gonna activate those and see what happens next. I'm gonna clear cache, warm up servers, and come back to the manage address page and refresh it. And now we don't see anything. But if we cancel and go back into this form, we're now able to see that United Kingdom is now available for selection. So Rouge Street, and it's United Kingdom, and we have selection Cambridgeshire, city Cambridge, and postcode is 12345, and we will create this address. Now we can proceed to the next step, which is selection of shipping methods. And quite obviously we don't have any selection here as well. So let's see how we can configure shipping methods. So if we go back to Yum shipping section and we have a look at carriers, there's nothing in there. As with categories, you do need special permissions to access carriers. So as with categories, there are two ways of creating a new carrier, and later on you will have access to it. So if you have global access, you can just create carrier from here. So we're just gonna say it's post, just regular post. And also, if we go to stores and go to carriers, you can see that our carrier is now available. We also have the create button here, and we'll call it special delivery, for example. And that one will create and assign it straight away. So if we go back to shipping and click refresh, we have two of these here. But if you didn't have access to globally, then you would only see special delivery if you have access only to Shop 10 store. So if we go back to store, and the available ones can be just assigned to our store as well. So we've assigned two different carriers, and now in the shipping section, carriers, we're gonna create some shipping service layer agreement. What that is, it's really a method by which this particular carrier carries out the delivery, and also the price for it. So regular post, 5 days. Billing address is not optional. Delivery is not optional. If you do tick these, then in the checkout, user will not have to specify either billing or shipping address for this type of delivery. So we're going to specify euros, and we're going to say it's a fixed price of $4.99. Create. And if we click on the regular post SLA, we have the summary information, price information, but there's also payment methods. So for every shipping method that we select, we are able to specify what are the applicable payment gateways that our customers will be able to use. So for regular post, we will assign a test payment gateway for now only. This dual list works somewhat special, so you need to click update and make sure that the label appears in the payment methods. And we're gonna select special delivery and add shipping method here as well. So 1 day, or rather next day delivery. It's 1 day, and it's gonna be a little bit more expensive, $9.99. Create. We're gonna select it. The price is $9.99, and we're gonna say they either can pay a full amount through test payment gateway, or they can pay to the courier directly. So when they will deliver, they will charge the recipient, and we update. So as you can see, these labels have been updated, and now we can go to our system cache monitoring, clear out the cache, warm up servers, and go back to our shipping methods. Let's reload this page, and we now have a choice of post or special delivery. So let's see what happens here. So if we select special delivery and select next day delivery, we see the amount, and if we proceed to payment, we have a choice of payment via courier or test payment gateway. Now if we go back and select post and regular post the price is now changed, and we go to payment. We are only able to select test payment gateway. So let's proceed with this. So we're gonna select it, and we can put some card information, or 1234 1234, expiry December 15, and security code is 123, and we pay. And now we have placed our first order. Let's check our order status. So if we go to our account, and if we go to order section, we can see that such and such order was placed on 3rd of December. It's in progress, and some details about what it is and the amount that was charged. Let's go to our shop manager, customer service section, and see if we see this order. So we do see this order. If we click on the order line, we can see all the items that were ordered. If we click on the delivery tab, we can see the status, so the inventory was allocated. We are able to proceed with packing goods. Then after a while it will be ready for shipment. When the items leave warehouse, we'll start the delivery, and then when we deliver, we just say it's delivered, and at this point the money will be charged. So we had authentication of our initial amount for 1,254 euros and 74 cents, and then when it was delivered, the capture operation had gone through. And this really concludes our crash course in setting up your first e-commerce store. Of course, there are a lot more that can be said about each individual points that we've gone through, and I will be making other short videos about more in-depth configurations regarding each part, but at least now you should have a full overview of how to configure your e-commerce store from scratch using our latest code. Thank you for watching, and I hope to speak to you soon again. Please provide feedback to yescart.org, and yes, thank you very much.